So what do we got going on today? We're going to talk a little bit about family reunion, what KWRC is celebrating from 2020. There are some tremendous feats that you, our realtors, accomplished. Broker bits, as always, mortgage update with Charity and her team, top award winners, as you can see, industry stats, and our script off. And we do have a special guest calling in as well, and he's just going to be sharing with us, a little bit about mindset and how to leverage to even build a stronger business. So looking forward to that happening today too. All good stuff here. So let's watch a quick video about family reunion, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Beautiful family reunion 2021 digital version, as we all know. And we are really, really excited about this. I know a lot of people took part in the mega camp, the first digital version back in the summer. And they had tremendous success with it. I know a lot of us really, really enjoyed it. So right now, already on Family Reunion, the website, you can get the sneak peek of the breakout sessions, and they're continuing to add to that every day. So take a peek at it, as it says here. And here's what they promise us: more interactivity. I didn't know that was a word until yesterday, but there you go. More breakout sessions, more demonstrations, and game shows, which is really cool. So they've added a lot of cool stuff that way. I believe they are launching a realtor family feud. So I'm kind of excited to see what that is. Of course, networking and more of everything is what they're saying here. So a lot of great stuff that's happening at Family Reunion, as always. And here's what this number represents. 50 people from our brokerage have already signed up to go to Family Reunion, the digital version of it. That is tremendous. And I put it out to our ALC group this morning. Okay, so we hit 50. Now what? And the number came back. We'd love to see over 100 people of our agents at Family Reunion. And I think, I know that you're going to get a lot out of it. For the people that have gone before, they were the first ones to sign up because they know the tremendous amount of value that shows up at those types of events. And yes, even though it's digital, they do bring it at a very, very high level. In fact, of all the conferences and Zoom sessions and everything that we did, or that I did this past year, that by far was it led by leaps and bounds. So sign up for Family Reunion. You're going to get a lot out of it. And I know our people really, really enjoyed it. So there you have it. Okay. Here's one of the things that we're launching for the month of February and going forward: KWRC curated content. I know a lot of our agents create their own content, and I see Michael Tuff on the screen here, so I'll pick on him. Some of his videos that he's been putting out recently are next level. I love it. It's humor. It's also informational. And I know a lot of our agents may not have that same sort of talent that Michael does or others, and they're looking for content that we can provide. And so we partnered with the company that's going to be providing us with quick, short market stat videos for Toronto, for Aurora, for Newmarket, and some of the other areas, and other little videos. So I'm going to give you a little snippet of what one of those videos looks like, and then we'll just follow up just after that. So here's some of the videos, and these videos will be made available on our public Facebook page. So for you to either share or download, and so you can upload and put them on your social channels. And right here we have, market awareness videos that are be coming out, and these will be coming out automatically throughout the months, and a lot of great stuff. The market update videos, I believe, come out at approximately the 7th or the 8th of every month. And I should have prefaced that previous video that was the market video for Aurora. So these are the awareness videos that they produce, as well as they do lots of homeowner videos, so different tidbits here, the different design video or design ideas that people are looking for as buyers, to how to get your home ready during a spring market, all of those little things that we take for granted. However, perhaps our clients don't know some of this information. And again, when you can be providing your clients with this type of info, it's an opportunity for you for sure. And the other great thing too is this doesn't always have to be on social media. You can send this as, download it and send it as an email, and perhaps this becomes part of your email campaigns every month. So use this type of stuff to send to your clients. Remember, if you're not talking to your clients, who is? Somebody else.
Colin is. Colin is. Gary, I don't know if you can tell by the all the reactions in the comments, but this is phenomenal. I mean, the ability to supply our people with turnkey opportunities like this, like a one-stop shop, is really fantastic. And that's quite exciting. And I saw Melissa's point earlier talking about family reunion. It's really a unique opportunity. I mean, to be able to attend family reunion at that price point and those takeaways that you get from that, really, if you're not signed up, you really should, because typically it involves, a week out of your lives, travel, hotel expenses, meals, and a much greater expenditure to attend. So, I would argue, it's probably, I don't even know, 1/30th of the price that would normally be at $100 or whatever it is. So you should sign up. And this is an excellent initiative. So I'm very happy to see this. I love it.
Fantastic, Marv. I didn't have the chat window open. I missed all those. So thanks for bringing that to my attention.
Everybody loved it. There was a lot of great comments, and rightfully so. I mean, anything we can do to make our realtors' lives easier and give them better, success, that's what we're looking to do. So this is a great initiative.
Yeah, and thanks for that. And as I said, these videos will be posted automatically on our Facebook page, the public one, and so use those. Either share it or download it and brand it with your own information. So this is such a great tool for you to be using, and more importantly, to leverage. So what'll make this even better is for you to start using it and getting it out there. So good stuff. Fantastic. Yeah, thanks to all the great comments in here. Keep the comments coming too. I'll now pay attention to the comments. Fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, the curated content. There you go. And we'll continue to look for stuff like this. And we can't keep our eyes on everything. So if you happen to see something, or there's something that kind of sparks your thought process, or this would be a really cool initiative, send it to Stephanie and myself, and we'll certainly look at it. And as Marvin said, we're always looking to add value to our agents, and here's a great way to do that. Cool stuff. Very good. Yeah, Mary, some of that stuff can be altered within the videos and so forth. Yeah, we can talk offline about that for sure, Mary, for sure. Good. Well, over the last couple of months, we've had a lot of people come and join KW and choose KWRC to be their brokers. So we certainly want to extend a huge congratulations and a huge welcome to Haley, Maddie, Ed, Alyssa, Peter, Jade, Stacy, Alex. And of course, that comes right from Jimmy Fallon all the way to us. So congratulations on making KW home. And we're looking forward to getting to know you a lot more, of course, as the years go on. And I don't know, I know some of you have noticed on our Facebook page today that Hillary's taken the initiative to celebrate some work anniversaries, some anniversaries. So we'll start to see a lot more of that type of thing. And there's some really fun comments going along with that. So have a look and watch out for that for sure. So Marvin, I'm glad you're on the screen with us here. Here's some really cool stuff that KWRC is celebrating this year. And when I mean us, I really do mean honoring our agents. And let's just go through a couple different stats that we celebrated and accomplished in 2020. So closed GCI per agent. Look at that. Isn't
That's
that
incredible.
amazing, Marv?
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
That,
Gary, if I would have told you in February or March that our agents GCI is going to be up 36.3% at the beginning of COVID, I mean, you would have thought I was crazier than you think I am now. I mean, it's such an amazing statistic. And I think it's something that we should be celebrating and putting out there. Your colleagues should be well aware of this. We do believe that we've provided some tools to help, and we do believe that our agents are better equipped than any others. So that is an amazing accomplishment. Phenomenal. Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of set it up perfectly at the beginning of COVID. You think back to April when it was almost a red light. Everyone just kind of stopped doing business, and our agents acted so swiftly and got back out there. It's fantastic. This next stat's really cool too. Closed units per agent is up 25%.
Wow.
It obviously goes hand in hand with the GCI, the previous stat. And this one I love, Marv. Closed sales volume up 23.6%, just a phenomenal year, which led to a stat or a number that I know that you are very, very proud of. Thinking back 10, 11 years ago now, when you started our brokerage and we celebrated this, we closed over $1 billion in 2020. Yeah. And just a phenomenal feat. And more importantly, of a brokerage, we are a large brokerage, but in relation to, there's some brokerages out there that have, well over 1,000, 1,500, 200 agents, and they're not even quite at this level. And more importantly, as you pointed out to me, when we hit this, there's no one in this area or no other brokerage in this area that has accomplished this, right, Marv? Yeah,
to my knowledge, has never, ever been done, not even close. The closest people to accomplishing this previously was us. In our previous year. So we came so close. So to do in COVID $1 billion in real estate volume should be largely celebrated. I mean, certainly, companies that might have multiple locations, if they pooled all of their sales all over the region, might have this number or even beyond perhaps. But, we're based locally. Everybody knows that. And that's just based on our local numbers. And that's quite an accomplishment. It is amazing.
Fantastic. So congratulations to everybody for sure. It doesn't stop there. Profit share in 2020 was also at a record high, and $276,337 of profit was shared with all of these agents on the screen right here. And congratulations to you for supporting the brokerage and helping our brokerage grow in numbers. And, it's often said from the stage, I know Gary Keller says this a lot, this is a way to get your unfair share. And if you don't know how to receive profit share, please pick up the phone and call me. And it's as simple as introducing another agent to KWRC, and we can certainly talk about that and what it's like to attract agents to our brokerage. But it's just a fantastic way that, in fact, Marvin gets to reward our agents for growing the brokerage. So thanks, Marv, for doing this. But thank you, agents, for continuing to grow our brokerage for sure.
Well, thank you. And Gary, what's interesting about that list, if you take a look at it, is you have some people there that are brand new to our brokerage. You have administrative people there that don't even sell. It's a big range of people. So, that list, I'd love to see it increase. If you do believe that we are delivering the best service to our people, just share the news with your colleagues at other companies and be rewarded for it. That's $276,000 just in our brokerage that we've shared. So I believe we have the ability to make that number over $500,000. And I would love nothing more than to share that with all of you. So just tell them what we're doing. Just share the news, because I know for sure no one else is pouring back into their people the way that we are. And I think you just share the news and get your name up there if it's not up there. And if it is up there, keep it going. It's awesome. So congratulations to all.
Yeah, you're right. Just because your name's there, it doesn't mean you get to stop.
Yeah.
Right. Very good. Well said, Marv. Good stuff. Well, again, congratulations to you, our agents, for 2020. And I just know the business that you wrote in 2020 has set you up for tremendous success in 2021. And we're already seeing that. And part of that success that we're looking at really revolves around our coaching program. And I'm going to bring Jen Silbernagel on screen with us now, and what Jen's been able to do and launch in the new year. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Jen.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I mean, January's been wild. I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of stuff going on. We've launched multiple coaching programs. We've launched KWRC TV. You know, we've had the other programs growing. So yeah, I'm going to run through with you, I guess, quickly what we've been up to. And so right now we have 5 different coaching programs basically available to our agents. So no matter what level you're in our brokerage, there is coaching available for you. And more than 50% of it is free, which is the best part, right? And I'm not sure if everybody knows this or not, but the first one we have is our PC career launch. And that's for brand new agents. So as agents are joining the brokerage and coming in, we have a program for them that's provided through the office. It's built into the split, so it doesn't cost them anything. And they get training on how to build their business, what to do, how to get started, learning the tools, the systems, and the skills that they're going to need to have a successful career and get to those numbers that we're seeing everybody posting now, right? So it's awesome to see the trajectory of some of the agents that came in and were in that program less than 2 years ago. They're now top producers in our brokerage. They're building teams, you know, they're running their own businesses, they're leveraging and investing in other opportunities. And it's been awesome to be part of that journey, but I just want more and more people in that program. And part of what we're doing to help with that is every 2 weeks, Gary and I are running a YKW on Thursday night. So for you agents out there that want to help grow your profit share tree, and you know, you don't know what to say or don't really know everything we offer, tell them to come to that event. Just let me or Gary know. We'll send them the link. It's free. It's on Zoom. It's about an hour, and they'll get all of the information, obligation free. And then if they want to learn more, they can set up appointments with us. So utilize us and leverage us to help grow your profit share, and then help us grow the PC coaching group, because I personally believe that if you're a new agent, you 100% should be in that program.
100%. And Jen, on that note too, what's really interesting is that, you know, part of the endeavor to do this is to raise the bar, so that we want to be known as the real estate brokerage that has producing, knowledgeable, great to deal with realtors. So if you don't have a program like this in place, sometimes some of the newer agents can bring down a little bit, with all due respect to new agents, the credibility of the brokerage at large, because they haven't been properly equipped from the brokerage, right? So not only have we become known as the brokerage of choice for training, but now all of a sudden our bar is, I would argue that our bar is higher than any other brokerage's bar in terms of the barrier of entry and how well equipped everyone is. And that's because of this program and the efforts that you're putting out there. And so it's very much appreciated. I mean, it's how amazing is it, as you said, to see new agents that actually have teams now, you know what I mean? And that have gone on to make 200,000-300,000 and beyond. I mean, it's quite amazing. So it's a great program. And if you know of anybody who's in the curriculum, I would definitely direct them to Jen and Gary, because what they're doing on these YKWs has been amazing. And quite a lot of agents have been signing up. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Marv. And yeah, it is true. I fully believe that. And leading into that, continuing from that, is our career growth coaching that we launched in January. So I think some of you saw the web form, the thing we were doing. Wow, I can't talk. The thing that we did live on Facebook with Gary and Marv, where we launched the coaching, the growth coaching, as well as the Capper Club. And that started as of January. So for those of you that are not brand new, but maybe you're not yet capping, or you've capped intermittently, but it's not consistent for you yet, this is the program that you should be in. So this one is provided 100% for free from Marvin, from the brokerage to you guys. And we currently have about 20 people enrolled enrolled in it, which is awesome. We meet every morning. We meet every Thursday afternoon. We're fully engaged in your business, and we're giving you the tools and the systems to set your goals, and then the plan that allows you to achieve those goals while staying connected and helping you be accountable to those goals that you're setting. And, you know, we've already had some phenomenal feedback about this program, and it's only been a couple of weeks. You know, people are talking about how it's its own community and how they're getting tools and they're getting leverage and they're getting a better understanding of the business and what they need to be doing and the gaps in their business. And that's what this is all about. It's not just to yell at you or give you trouble when you're not hitting your goals, because I don't do that anyway, in case that's what you're afraid of, don't worry. But it is about looking at where your business is. Melissa's disagreeing with me, right? That's advanced coaching, Mel, don't worry. But no, this is to help fill the gaps in your business, to get you from where you are to where you want to go, and to make sure you have the support to get there. So if you're in that bracket and you're not in this coaching, I would love to know why, because it's free. And it's a 3-hour commitment a week for you to get that benefit, as well as access to myself and Dylan as coaches to support you while you work on transactions. And for those of you that didn't know about it, now you know. So if you're not brand new, this is where you need to be. Thumbs up from Marv, I like it. And that leads us to the Capper Club. So the Capper Club is for everybody that's a consistent capping agent. And so for those of you guys, what we wanted to do is not leave you out and recognize you and support you. And so what we did was we created the PC Capper Club, where you get to get access to this group as a capping agent. We have a highly active WhatsApp chat called WhatsApp Cap, named by our one and only Marv. Great name, great chat. There's lots of activity in there. Everybody's giving each other insight and thoughts and feedback on what's happening in the market, sharing successes and challenges. We're also going to be putting together starting in February, monthly panels where we're going to be interviewing our cappers in order to basically see what you guys are doing and learn from each other. What's working for you, what's not working, what are your challenges, and support each other that way. So that's our recognition group and our capper community club. And we're pretty excited. That's been up and running. If you're a capper and you're not a part of that yet, you should have gotten an email from me. If you didn't, let me know. If you didn't see it, go back and check your email and check your WhatsApp, because you would have been automatically added to that group. And then following the Capper Club, we have our advanced coaching program. So there's 2 different advanced coaching programs. The first one is our admin and team coaching. So if you're an agent that has a team or has an admin that you're working with, even if you're a solo agent, there's a coaching program for you. And so that is coaching where you get one-on-one coaching with myself for an hour every week. We review your business and we look at your models and your systems and we enhance them and we figure out how to get you more leverage, how to help you grow from where you are to what your next goal is. And you also get additional training and coaching for half an hour every week for your administrator. So using the 411 tools and accountability and setting goals with them within the vision of your business and then holding them accountable to that. So that's a higher level coaching program, but something that some of the guys are starting to grow into now who've gone through the advanced coaching. And so we've got that up and running, and that's a really exciting one. So if you want to learn more about that, let me know about that one as well. And finally, last but not least, we have our advanced coaching program. So this is a program for our agents who are capping agents who want to go to the next level, whether it's on your own or to build a team and to start that process. And that's one-on-one coaching for an hour a week with myself. And again, it's analyzing your existing business, figuring out what systems and tools and support you need, helping you with the hiring process, understanding what an admin does for your business and how they do it, and adding value there and helping you grow. And I know you guys have heard a lot from some of our agents who are in that program, John Brock and Melissa Taylor, just to mention a few. And, you know, they're loving it and I'm loving working with them and coaching them. And it's amazing to see where they've gotten. And so if you want that support, then again, just reach out and let me know, because we've got a great platform for you. So basically, to wrap it all up in a nice little bow, if you're not in coaching, we have coaching for you. Reach out to me. I don't know why you wouldn't be. It's there to help you do better and to grow and to make your business more. It's not going to cost you money. It is going to make you money, and we can prove that to you. I promise you that. So just let me know.
And I hope you don't mind me interrupting one more time, but I have to tell everyone that, thank you, that Jen is a very, very skilled trainer. She's a very skilled coach. And, you know, those that are enrolled in any of these coaching programs, I'm sure would tell you the exact same thing. I would expect the chat room to light up with endorsement. There you go. And, she's very, very skilled. So, what we really worked very, very hard on creating was a way to bring the majority of this to you at no cost. And I'm not sure if you can appreciate it or not, but it wasn't very easy to do, right? I mean, it's an expensive investment, but we really do believe that, we've got Dylan, who's an amazing coach, and we've got Jen, who's an amazing coach. And we believe that investing in them, who in turn are pouring into you and investing in you, is the best thing we could do as a brokerage. So if you haven't explored, at least explore. Reach out to Jen and to Dylan. They're amazing, very knowledgeable trainers and coaches. And I promise you won't be disappointed. I promise.
Thanks, Marv.
Yeah. Well said, Marv, and well said, Jen, too. And as Marv said, the chat room, I've been reading it here, just fantastic. Not only people are getting a lot out of it, but you can just see it in their business, and maybe more importantly than their business, you can see it in their lives. Right. And that's the cool part. We always talk about, how do we grow a bigger business and along those lines. But when your business falls into your personal life and you can see success there as well, that's a huge win for everybody. So kudos to everyone that is in the coaching program. And as Jen and Marv said, if you're not in it, pick up the phone and call Jen and get in it. There, as we said, we've got a home for you, and we want to see everyone succeed with it this year. Good stuff. Well done, Jen. Thank you. And it's so easy. It's so easy to work with Jen. I love it. She's such a great partner to have in this business. And we're looking forward to the YKW night that we're launching or having. I think it's our 4th or 5th one tonight. So it'll be a lot of fun. Good stuff. Well, speaking of capping and everything like that, these agents that are appearing on the screen have capped within the last month or so, which, a lot of them are working with Jen, and a lot of them, this means that they now go forward for the rest of their anniversary year to receive 100% of their commission. This is our goal for everybody. That's goal number one. That's just not our only goal, but that's goal number one. And we want to see everybody obviously have tremendous success. And when you do get to cap, I can tell you, especially for that first time, and then you receive your next commission check and you get 100% of it. Those are good times. Those are absolutely good times. Yeah. So as Drew in the chat says, congratulations to everyone. Absolutely. Well done. Well done. Okay, so we're going to move into our broker bit section, and Christine has sent in a video, and she'll explain why. But we are so blessed to have Christine Tonis as our broker record, and she's got a lot of great insight for us today. So sit back, maybe get your pen handy, and here's Christine's message for us today.
Good afternoon, KWRC. Sorry I can't be with you there in person today, but I'm sitting on a committee for the professional standards where we're hearing some cases. I've sat on 2 committees in the past, as you probably know. One is the arbitration committee, which deals exclusively with matters of commission, and the other is the professional standards committee, which I'll be sitting on today as a panelist, and we deal with matters, pretty much anything else. The great thing about sitting on these panels is I get to hear what Treb, Aria, and Kriya are really looking for, where they expect us to live up to the standards of practice that we have set, and where we can actually correct or adjust some of our procedures. So one that I discovered in the last session that I sat on, I actually sat to defend one of our realtors in the professional standards. We won the case, which was great. But what I found was that we do need to correct one thing that's been a common practice, not by everybody, but by some of the agents, and that is in a relist. In a relist, you must redo all the paperwork. So you must redo the listing agreement and the MLS agreement so that the dates line up. So please don't just send in the first page to command, redo that whole thing. The other thing I'd like to talk about today is RICO and TREB responses. For those of you who are new to the brokerage or perhaps missed some of our sessions, it's really important that if you get a letter of investigation, a complaint, anything from Trevor or Rhea, that you pass it on to me before you respond. Recently, a realtor in our brokerage quite innocently responded to a complaint against another realtor. In doing so, she actually implicated herself and now is also under investigation. So it's much like when you think of it, how we don't like to have our sellers home when there is a home inspection or when there's a viewing, because inevitably they may say something quite innocently and unknowingly that actually gives away some information that we as realtors would never do. So this is the same thing when it comes to Treb and Aria. When they ask you questions, sometimes they dig a little deeper and you end up being implicated. This has happened more than once. So again, if you get a complaint, a letter from Treb, a letter from Aria, please send it to us first, to myself, at the email, and then follow it up with a phone call so we can discuss it. I'll always be looking for a few things. I want to hear your side of the story, of course, and I'll also be looking for a timeline of events. So this is really important when you're keeping notes. Keep all your emails, keep all your text messages, any communication you have, and create a timeline. Also, if you think that you're about to get a complaint on RICO, start that process immediately, because as you know, within days, some of the information that you feel was so clear starts to fade. So timelines are critically important. And I've seen some realtors do phenomenal timelines that make the process crystal clear, as was the case we just won. That realtor's timeline was impeccable and his paperwork was impeccable. So it was much easier to present a case and subsequently win. Now, the other thing I'd like to talk about, of course, is what's always on our mind is COVID. So recently, Aria put out a set of forms, which was great. They are posted on our website, mykwrc.ca, the website that's intended for use by our brokerage and our realtors. Under the broker tab, you'll find additional forms. Under the broker tab, you'll find the COVID forms, and under the COVID forms, you'll see there's a link, there's a picture, which leads to several forms that allow you to show property. So if you're stopped, we never know if a neighbor calls the police, feels that you're breaking the rules around COVID and the stay-at-home order. There are forms there that are signed by the brokerage. You can send them to me electronically for signature. There's also forms there, again, created by Aria, for your stager, your photographer, etc., to keep them safe. So if you're stopped or if you're questioned, that you have the correct forms available. So again, they're under My KWRC, under the broker tab, COVID forms. The other forms that are interesting is Aria has just updated and revised some of the forms that we're very used to and have added new clauses. We've put a link there for you with a list of the new forms that have been updated and clauses for you to be able to go through and review. You do that through your regular form, web forms. But the list, again, is under mykwrc.ca, the broker tab, and additional forms. Sorry can't be with you today, but the information we garner from being on these committees is worth $1 million. Have a great day, stay safe, and go out and do some great business. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. We love Christine, and I know she often refers back to when Marvin had encouraged her to get on to those different committees. It has provided her and us, we get to benefit so much insight, and every time she goes, she gets to raise her bar, which obviously allows us to raise ours. So thank you for all the great work, Christine. And of course, the Broker Advisory Council, the work that you're doing as a group and answering questions that our realtors have. And I know someone had reached out to me yesterday, and I'm happy to answer questions, But our brokers, they're the ones to ask the questions to, and because they have the resources and obviously the expertise to handle a lot of different situations. So we are very grateful for that advisory council and for Christine's leadership there. Very good. Well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for the moment. And I did say we had a special guest coming with us, and Colin Bradford, unmute your microphone. I got to see you here, buddy. There you are, waving to us. So Colin is one of our agents, and I'm gonna let him explain a little bit about his background in 30 seconds because he's got some time with us this morning. But he's going to talk to us about our mindset and leveraging and allowing us to work in the areas where we do best. And Colin is the productivity coach out on the East Coast, as well as some of the other brokerages throughout Canada. He's also a MAPS business coach. He's a one thing coach. He's a cool guy, and he's one of our agents. So that we like. So Colin, welcome to our team meeting, my man.
Thanks. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything's good. Thumbs up. Awesome. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys asking me to be part of this. I do frequently, get on and I kind of stay to the background, but this is like my first time talking in front of all of you. I feel that I talk to many Keller Williams agents across Canada, except our own, which I love the opportunity. So thank you. I miss you guys. I feel like this is my family, like at the end of the day, because I've known Jen forever. Jen and I used to be partners together as well in a previous life. Like Gary says, I am a one thing coach, and I am a MAPS business coach and a productivity coach as well, alongside with whatnot. So today, what I wanted to talk about or share with you was just some of the things that really made a big difference in my life. And in my business life. And one of the questions I've learned to ask others is, why did you get into real estate? And a lot of the times the response I get, and maybe you guys can think about that, like, why did you get into real estate? What was the purpose? The response I get normally is, I want to control my time and I want to control my money. My follow-up question is always, well, how's that going? Right? Because at the end of the day, we don't have control of our time, nor do we have control of our money. Right. So, and when we talk about our business, I ask the question as well is your business an actual business, or do you have a bunch of jobs just in real estate? Because if you think about a business, your business should operate when you don't have to be there, correct? And that is the art of leverage. So when you can literally start treating your business like a business, it's because you're leveraging the three most important things. You're leveraging your time, you're leveraging your money, and you're leveraging your resources. You guys have a tremendous amount of resources at your disposal. Jen Silbernagel right there. She is a massive resource. Just her experience alone. Marvin Alexander, Gary McGowan, like these guys are top talent just even within our own backyard. And I know even I'm guilty of this, is I don't tap into it as much as I should, right? Because I need all of them and all of you to help me hit the goals that I've set up for myself. So when we talk about leveraging, a lot of people say, well, how do I leverage? And what is leverage? And when do I leverage? So one of the exercises, and we'll do it real quick here because I know I'm limited on time, is one of the exercises I want to do with you is really creating that list of things that we're really, really good at, things that we really, really suck at, okay? And then there's some things that we're okay at, but we don't really like doing, okay? And that's where we can create that priority list of things, one, that need to get done, but also two, things that we can leverage other people to do for us that might be their strength, okay? My coach, who is a MAPS business coach as well, they taught me the 4 Ds, okay? And I'm gonna bring this over. I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna switch sides, but I don't know, can everybody see that, the 4 Ds? It says, do it. So if you can't do it, can you delete it? If you can't delete it, can you delay it? If you can't delete it or delay it, can you delegate it? So I want you to look into your world, and who do you have? Do you have the resources available to help you? Do you have the right people in places to help you? And you have the revenue to help you. Okay. Now, one of the exercises I do quite often, and if everybody has a piece of paper, I'd love for you to follow along. Draw a line down the middle of your page and across your page like that. In the top left corner, I want you to write urgent, important. And on this list, okay, important, I'll finish spelling. Important. On this list are things in the moment that are really, really urgent and that are really, really important. Okay, these are things that need to get done right away. In this one, I want you to write down things that are urgent, but not important. Okay. Now, in real estate, as I know, everything is important. I get it. But it may not be as important as something that needs to be done right now. So if you have, for instance, a deadline or condition of a fulfillment of condition that has a deadline on it, that's super important and super urgent, needs to get done because that's money. Okay. Paperwork, FinTrack, super important, super urgent. Make sure it gets handed in properly. Okay. Or you're not getting paid. Okay. Down in this corner, we want to write down it's important, not urgent. And down here is not important, not urgent. You see where I'm going with this? Okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of all the things that you find. What are you spending time on that's not urgent and not important? What I guarantee you, once you do this, you're going to find you may have 3 things here. If you're really, really sticky on it, things that are urgent, important. You may find things that are urgent, not important, probably not a ton, but you're definitely going to find things that are important, but not super urgent, and things that are not important and not super urgent. And I guarantee you, you spend most of your time here. Okay. So and this is where the weeds happen. This is where you get stuck in the weeds and you get overwhelmed because we put everything, and this is one of the myths in real estate, not everything equals the same. Okay. Not everything matters the same. So we need to prioritize our priorities. Okay. So if you find that you're getting stuck down here into the weeds, you're like, yeah, you know what? My website is super important, but it's not super urgent, right? Lead gen is super important. It's super urgent. Calling my database will fit up here for sure. FinTrack, yes. Paperwork, 100%. But there's some things down here, and we can throw out some examples if we have time. But at the same time, this is where the 4 Ds come in. Do I do it? Can I delay it? Can I delete it or delegate it? And you look inward and find out the resources that you have on your, what you need to use or to leverage some of these tasks. It'll clean up the weeds. Okay, and it'll create control over your life. Good agents need leads. Great agents need time. And that's what this equals. This equals your time, and you get your life back. That's my 3.5-minute spiel. Is that cool?
That's awesome. Thank you, Colin. It's so important because as agents, sometimes we think, the fun is getting into the weeds, but that's not where our businesses are built upon, right? Where our businesses are built upon, talking and generating leads and doing lead gen and understanding your methodical way of thinking through it. We often don't. We just go do it, and then we don't realize what we're actually missing out on, right, Colin?
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe it's just me, but has anybody here ever felt, wow, I'm so busy, I had so much stuff to do, and then at the end of the day, not feel like you accomplished absolutely, you never did anything? That might just be me. I'm just saying. But if there is one other person on there, and I've been able to help you, I did my job. But at the end of the day, I know I'm not the only one. And Jen and I, in our previous, we used to talk about this a lot. And Jen was the one that really changed my life in time blocking. My life is a time block now, and that's how I live, and I owe it all to her. So listen, like I said, you got resources, tap into them, use them.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate it. Colin Campbell. Yeah, lots of people are saying thank you. Thank you. Colin says, great book to read. Who Not How, great work. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Thanks, Colin, for your insight there as always. And enjoy the East Coast and wherever else you find yourselves these days. Very good. Okay, here we go. Broker hotline. Yep, use that. We talked about that. And so let's do some celebrating some of our agents here. And this is something that we enjoy doing, obviously. And we're going to be providing more social media posts, as we saw over the last number of weeks, celebrating that as well. So look for that to come out, and maybe some surprises along the way. So the first thing I thought we'd celebrate is our agents that wrote the most leases in 2020. And you might think to yourself, well, you know, that's cool. Well, why would we celebrate that? Listen, celebrating leases is like celebrating leads and raving fans, because we all know what happens with leases. The majority of leases turn into that raving fan. That's what we want. And it's just that next stepping stone to perhaps another referral, or perhaps that lease tenant in a couple of years, if it's a tenant wants to buy something. So don't just overlook the leases. Here's the people here that did the most. Kirby, Innocent, love seeing Innocent's name up there. Wasim, the Volke Alcorn team, Drew, Paroff team, Austin Clark, Silbernagel team, John Brock, Michael Tuff. These are all leads, right? And it's really, really, really important that we look at it like that. And it's that next step to continuing to build your business. So congrats to everyone for working your leads and working your leases. It's great stuff. Okay, gross commission, top 10 individuals for December. You can see the names on the screen here. Justine, love seeing your name there. I love it when we get to see your name for the first time on screens like this. So congrats to Justine, Steph, Kate, Marion, Stuart, Michael, Paul, Wasim, Adam, and Brian. Congrats to you for the month of December, and well done. The next one is written business. A lot of the same names, which is fantastic. Justine, Wayne, Stuart, Michelle, MJ, Michael, Vincent, Leslie, Ryan, Marvin. Why is this important? Marvin, tell you, the business we write today, that's the commission that shows up, or the proof in the pudding, in a couple of months from now. So we're writing, we're writing ourselves a future, and this is really, really important. So congrats to you on that. Gross commission for our top groups, the Michael Tuff team, Terry Hastings team, the Paroff team, Volpe Alcorn team, the Campbell team, and the Melissa Taylor team. Congrats to you for having a great close out to the year, because we're closing the year on with these stats. So awesome stuff. And then looking forward, writing your business, the Terry Hastings team, Silbernagel team, Melissa Taylor team, Volpe Alcorn team, the Paroff team, and the Colin Campbell team. Again, they are setting themselves up for some pretty phenomenal months. Absolutely. So good for you guys there, and continue the great work. Awesome stuff. Good. So as I said, we're going to start posting a lot more and providing a lot more social media graphics or images or posts, and emailing those out to you and sharing them on our Facebook page, because we really want to celebrate your success, and we want to be providing you with the tools to do so you can thank your clients, obviously, for the business, and it allows you to connect with your clients as well. I see Charity and her gang here, so I'm gonna make sure that they're ready to go, and make sure Charity's ready to come on screen. Charity, as you know, is she leads Hometown Financial, and is our in-house mortgage broker of choice. And I know a lot of our agents are using her and rave about her. And I'm going to hand it right over to you, Charity.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to start off actually with introducing some of my new team members. My team has grown. We're excited to be growing. We're growing with you as well. As you've noticed with the market and things going on, there's a little bit of more work that we're doing at the front end of things now. Really isn't good enough anymore. Our clients are needing something as close to an approval as possible. So the front end work of our job has become more pertinent, hence why I have a bigger team as we're growing here to be able to facilitate the work that's needed as these leads are coming into us to make sure that we can move them as fast as they need to.
We can't hear you.
Oh. Did you hear any of that?
I can hear you, Charity. Maybe you just need to sit closer.
Okay. Did anyone hear me? Most people hear me?
I think most did, Charity, but that's much better now. So you're
okay,
good.
No problem.
Except that beautiful young lady behind you, we can't see her.
Miranda, right?
You gotta move that way. There you go. Share the love. Tighten up. It's perfect. Okay, take it over.
Thank you. So what I was saying is that our team has grown because the thing is what we're doing is the service levels that's required in this market right now is so demanding. A pre-approval really isn't good enough at this point. We need to be able to take a lead from basically a lead to as close to as an approval as possible in a very short amount of time. Now, obviously, I would love to have the leads being passed to me as soon as you get them so that I can work them to the approval point. But given the market, how it is, sometimes you're just being introduced to a buyer, I'm being introduced to a buyer, and hypothetically speaking, they could possibly wanting to be making an offer in on a house that day, the next day, and so on. And we're committed now. The process that we're doing is literally trying to get that client to as close to an approval as possible. So in saying that, my team has grown. These are my new team members. We have Miranda here. Many of you know Haley. Haley's been with me for many years. And then we have Fawn as well. So all these ladies are licensed agents. They are here. They work alongside me to help me service you. And again, can't hear me. Sorry. Work with you and being able to help us get these deals approved. In saying that also, Fong is fluent in Vietnamese, so she brings that along. So if we have any clients that need additional language or anything like that, she brings that now to the mix, which is really wonderful because I currently only know English. So maybe she's going to teach me some as we go. I know that when I was asked to come in today, we wanted to talk a lot about protecting the buyers and multiple offers, because the truth of the matter is that any deal that's kind of coming across our desk really is a multiple offer situation in this time. And so what are we doing to help protect the buyers as well as to help you guys in dealing with these multiple offers? Because it is an unprecedented time that pretty much every deal is going into a multiple offer. And how do we be able to not only go into them, protect them, and hopefully win them? Because the big thing about, in our offers, basically, so I've started out here with the condition of financing. My goal with my pre-approvals is to get them as close to an approval as possible before they're even going into that offer, so that if they can make the decision to waive that condition of financing, that I've done everything in order to be able to help them make that decision. And also, if they can't waive that condition of financing, the things that we can do possibly to expedite the process, maybe reducing it, and also sometimes just telling them that they can't. And if that means that they're not going to win in that offer, then that means that they're not meant to buy that house or participate in that offer. And sometimes that is the case. I know I hate saying it. I know you hate hearing it, but if we want to protect our buyers, we have to sometimes just look at that and face that. Now, just because maybe at that time they can't waive a condition of financing doesn't mean that maybe moving forward they can't. And I explained to them how we can get them to a position of possibly where they can. Now, in saying that, the things that we're doing to be able to try to help our pre-approvals, which I said really aren't good enough anymore. We want to make sure that these clients are effectively approved to go ahead and make these offers in multiple offers. Usually the offer is going to end up probably being over asking, and sometimes, if not most times, significantly over asking. At least that's what I'm seeing. Can you guys nod and tell me if you kind of agree with that's what you're seeing, what you're dealing with now? And it's kind of frustrating, and it's a challenge that we have to work together to get over. Stay with me. So again, in saying what we do, I always say this, so I'm going to kind of talk what I always say. as we're reviewing these documents, the client's documents, their pay stubs, their job letters, I've reached out to most of my clients in the new year already. A pre-approval that was good 120 days ago, depending on what's happened since this lockdown, might not be valid anymore. So again, I'm going back, I'm double checking all the documentation that I have. We're making sure that it is valid, like that I do have the most recent pay stub, not their 2020 pay stub. We have to look at what they're doing now. If there's any complications with their employment, I'm figuring out what they are and advising them. Maybe they took some time off work. I'm able to see that through their pay stubs and advising them that for the next couple of weeks, make sure that they are, working the 37.5 hours or whatever that we've used to get this approval in line. As the clients are purchasing now, I'm really not just, I'm in it with them. So what I ask them is that, and as well with the real estate agents that I'm working with, I'm asking you to send me your MLS listings. If you know that you're taking a client out that we're working with tonight, and they're looking at 4 houses, if there's 4 to look at, but whatever they're looking at, to send it to me. So what I'm doing is I'm running the math on these houses before the clients are really even going in to see them, so that we know, can they qualify for this? What are they looking at? Is it going to go for the price that's there? What is the price going to go at? And I'm having these conversations with you guys so that I can better look at the actual real approval numbers. Marvin, are you saying anything? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Charity, that's great. Keep going.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so yeah, thank you. Just making sure I'm talking to everybody. Yeah, so again, working with you guys, like really, really closely on every house that you're taking these guys to, because there might not be another one coming up. So we want our best shot at being able to get this client this house if they want it. So I'm reviewing the MLS listings. We're running the math on all of them. Obviously, don't send me 40 and say, Charity, can you look at this? But if there's a chance that they're buying it, I want the MLS listing as soon as you know that you're potentially taking them out to see this house, or that there's an offer that could be done on it. Another thing I do when I get the MLS listing is I'm pulling Purview. I'm not sure, I think I mentioned it briefly before, but Purview is a system that the lenders are using in the back end of their approvals, where they are pulling they type in the property address and it tells them things about this house. It tells them when it was bought. It tells them how much the client paid, what mortgages are currently on it, who owned it before, what was the price they paid, as well as it tells you market comparable. So the lenders are pulling this on every property, and so am I. And I do this, again, as soon as I'm getting the MLS listing, and I share it with you guys if you want it. I know you guys do your own market analysis, which is wonderful, and it could look different than my purview, but the reason it's so important that I'm looking at it is I know that that's what the lenders are going to see when they get this deal across the desk. So I want to see it to make sure that there's nothing on there that could be a red flag or something that looks out of whack. For example, it's calculating the nearest home comparables and sales. And it's not always accurate because it may not have been updated as close as you guys get it to the house down the street that sold last week or something like that. But it still gives me a general idea of what math the lender's going to see on the home. And I share it with you and I share it with the clients, and we take a closer look at what on the lending side, what is this house looking at in the background. If it's completely off whack, because sometimes we have a house that doesn't have a market comparable, same like you, where there's been a bunch of renovations and things like that, we know how to budget in that math. But again, we know that the lender is going to get a number that's maybe not equal to the number that we're offering, because we know this house is, it has been renovated, that it does have special characteristics and things like that. So we can talk the buyers through that so that they can see that this is the probability of the value that the lender is going to see. So again, knowing, the possibility of, is this house going to need an appraisal on it or isn't it? Again, it's not always guaranteed that it may or it may not. If the insurer, so if the client has less than 20% down, that house is going to need mortgage insurance. We know that the insurers generally use this purview, and if it somewhat matches, they will auto insure the deal and we will be able to get it approved without an appraisal. So that's one. And two, in reference to appraisals, I mean, the thing is, and again, as you guys will say, a house is kind of worth what a person will pay for it. So if your client's willing to offer these numbers, generally speaking, we are able to, the appraisals are coming in at these higher amounts. However, sometimes if there's history on the property that has lowered the value, we may need an appraisal. So what I do when I know that the client wants to win this deal and they want this property because perhaps it's on the street where they want their kids to go to school and they're dead set on winning the deal, I will also, to try to protect us in case there could be a discrepancy in appraisal, send the deal to lenders that I know have their own automatic system similar to Purview, but it's slightly better and it's slightly more lenient. So I will send that to the 3 lenders that I know that will basically auto approve the deal if everything else looks good, meaning if the client has a good down payment, if they have good credit, it is in a residential area that's close to schools where the lenders don't really have a problem knowing that if you're going to pay, X amount over asking, they'll take that risk and they will deem it not needing an appraisal. So I will start with those lenders in those scenarios so that we can possibly avoid that appraisal stress altogether. Where when your client says to you, I'm pre-approved at the bank, and they're going on that, more than likely the banks are ordering the appraisals and they may be subject to the discrepancy of the appraisal versus the offering price, right? Now, in saying that there is a chance that can still happen with the buyers, the more they know, the better. So I will prep them in that scenario, explaining to them, sorry, Miranda, I just noticed I'm talking to you, explaining to them that what happens that if you do offer this price on the home and the house does appraise here and the difference, what happens? I educate them and I come up with strategies that if that does happen, are they going to be okay? If we have a buyer that has, 100,000, 300,000 down payment, that's a stronger down payment, they might be able to absorb the difference in that appraisal amount. So even if it does appraise less, they're still going to be okay. And they need someone to tell them that. And so I make sure that I'm the one that breaks down the math and I show them that yes, there is a chance it might need appraisal. Maybe there will be a deficit. This is how we're going to deal with it. You're still going to be able to get approved. This is what the math looks like. And do you still want to proceed under these scenarios? And I find that once that's explained to them and they do want the house, they are okay with that, but they need someone to explain it to them and teach it to them and show them effectively how that math still protects them, even if it does, appraise for a little bit less, or if they do have to, go over asking. And sometimes, as we're seeing in this market, it's a significant amount. With the insurers as well, if I have to have a condition of financing, which I know, those deals really aren't winning much right now. But if by chance they're still in the game, we are doing things where we are reducing the period as much as 24 hours, which realtors will say to me, well, why do you need 24 hours? Like if you can do it in one, can't we do it in none? Well, the only time I suggest that where we use that is if we have CMHC on the home. So I know the client is putting less than 20% down, and I know they're offering significantly over asking price, that I can get a lender of mine to bump my deal and send it to the insurer as fast as possible. And we know if the insurer is going to auto approve that value and it gets bounced back as approved at the insurer. And usually I can do that in that period. At that point, the biggest scare is it going to pass the auto appraisal? We know it has. We know the buyer is a strong borrower because I've already gone through all the documentation. They're approved. They're not pre-approved. I've approved them. I've looked over everything. Now we have the green light on the small chance that the insurer has, might be a discrepancy in the offering price. We've passed that. They're good to go. Worst case scenario. Now, I also know houses are being listed and they're being sold in the same day. But if I have a home where they're potentially holding offers for, 5 days, so the client calls me and they say, we're going to this house, they're holding offers till Friday, really want to buy it, we love it, please make this happen. What I will do in those situations is I will basically stage the purchase and I work again with the real estate agent and I ask them, how much are you willing to pay? Basically, if you had to throw every dollar at this house, what are you willing to pay? What is your maximum budget? What do you think is your top line that you're going to go in on your offer? And we guess the closing date to be as close as possible. And I will send it into my lenders and I will send it in for a formal approval so that I have an approval back so that hopefully, Wednesday, Thursday, even when the clients are going into that house, they already have an approval. It's not a pre-approval. It is an approval from my lender that is willing to lend them, you know, X amount on the maximum price they're willing to offer. And the clients have that security that they can waive financing because I already have the house approved. Now, the only caveat in that is if they end up going up higher than what I've approved them, then that sometimes becomes difficult in explaining to the lender why we went up. Not to say it's never been done, but I really coach the clients and I want your max number and I send it in at that and I get the approval at that. Now, if they come in under, that's fine. I go back to the lender and I say, you know what, they continue to negotiate the price and it actually ends up being this. And we edit the approval to be a lower amount. And again, the client was there protected because they have an approval for the higher amount. We are doing that. We're doing it a lot. I've had great success at actually through these methods, helping first-time home buyers who really, you know, maybe didn't have a chance other than me doing that method, which got them the approval. From that point, if I have an approval or I'm as close to sure that they are approved, I do write letters for you guys as well going into an offer that is very specific. So it has the property address on it. It has the MLS listing. It states that my client is pre-approved for the purchase price of this home with the knowledge of knowing that this house could go over asking price, and it's written and it's signed by me. So it's not just a general pre-approval letter that, you know, that a bank will issue you that says your estimated approval. It's to the client, it's addressed to that house, the MLS listing, and also acknowledging that we are aware that the client possibly could have gone over. And we find those letters very helpful, and I'm happy to write them if I can, and I do everything to make sure that I can. And so we are writing them a lot and providing them to you guys when you're making your presentations for the client for them to, you know, win the deal. And I think that's pretty much
great stuff, Charity. Thank you so much. It's
I know I talk a lot.
Well, there's so much info. Mortgages is one of those things where there's so much to know, right? And more importantly is how are we educating, you know, our clients to make sure that they have the right knowledge to make the right decision at that time. And I love that you've asked our agents to, you know, send you some of the MLS listings, especially if there's really significant interest in putting an offer together, because, you know, what makes a great negotiation is knowledge. So if we can present that to our clients and that amount of knowledge and add that, that's important. So fantastic stuff.
Sorry, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I do want to say also, and because the market is demanding and deeming this of me, is that on the days where I know that they are writing the offer, if the offer presentation is at 4 o'clock and they're going in on it, I literally am time blocking myself to be available to them at that time, because the real estate agent is excited, there's things going on, and that offer may get changed. And I know that that's happened, and I see that. So I say to them, I know the offer's at 4, I'm available for you during this offer time. If you need me, if there's a question, if the numbers change, please reach out and call me. So they feel again that they are being supported by you and by me, and that maybe the agent is busy in conversations, but I'm somebody that's talking them through it, you know, helping them, you know, the little bit of nerves that they have while that's going on, and then possibly upping the numbers or changing the numbers to the approval because they've been, again, they're sort of being outbid and they're being offered a chance to, you know, fix the offer or up the offer. I don't know how that really works on your end. I just know it happens, and that we are able to bump these approvals up. And again, they're able to make that decision at that time, and I'm available for them during that time.
Fantastic. Love it. Love how you're supporting us, Charity. And thank you so much to you and your team. This is obviously how you reach out to Charity. If you haven't, do so. And if you have clients that are in the early stages, this is when Charity wants to talk to them, as opposed to, hey, we just put an offer in, we need mortgage financing. Do it now rather than later. So thanks, Charity. Thanks for everything that you're doing. Awesome stuff.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good. So now is the time what Marvin loves best, talking about our market stats and where we sit in relation to other brokerages around us, and how to use this information with our buyers and our sellers. So Marv, you with us?
I'm here. I am here. So these are not just regular market stats. These are the year-end stats, right? So this is the tabulation of how we finished the year. And again, we're putting them in a format on the My KWRC website that you can actually use this in your marketing materials. We tell the story the way it is. We don't, manipulate statistics. If we're first, we're first. If we're not, we're not. You pick and choose what you want to use. So as Mary says, they're already there, amazing, under the resources tab on the My KWRC website. So let's take a look. Sold versus asked market share. This is for all of the Toronto Real Estate Board. Keller Williams actually ended up first for the year, averaging 102.64% of our clients' asking price. So number one out of all major companies on that list in all of TREB for 2020. So congratulations. Let's take a look at the next one. For all of TREB, year-end 2020, for days on market, Keller Williams finished first again, averaging 16.5 days on market versus all of our major competitors on that list. So far, both major categories, we've been number one, which is a big deal because this is for all of TREB, the largest real estate board in the world, 57,000 realtors plus or minus, we're number one. Let's take a look at the next one, Gary. Okay, almost number one. This was neck and neck all year. This is productivity per agent. Keller Williams, but the decimal point, we're all tied for first, kind of. 8.5 units per agent for all of TREB, year-end results for 2020, which is an amazing accomplishment. So congratulations. Okay, let's take a look on a more localized level. In new market, sold versus asked, we ended the year number one, averaging 100.6% of the asking price for our clients in the new market area. So that's quite amazing. Excellent job. Take a look at the next one, Gary. This is days on market, and we actually ended up basically tied for second, averaging 19.1 days on the market. So good job there. Again, if we stick to our system of every 14 days canceling and relisting, we would have been first on that list. So we did very well. Market share is the one everyone's looking at. I actually compiled a little bit more of a detailed market share list for everyone to take a look at because some of the smaller brokerages or independents weren't on the list before. So if you want to see where they are, here's how it ended. So Keller Williams Realty Centers, we finished first in market share at 17.35% of the market. So basically 1 out of every 5 homes in new market is sold by us. Interestingly enough, Right at Home Realty was second, Remax Realtron tied with Royal LePage for third. And then you've got C21, Sutton Group, Main Street Realty, Frank Paulsonello Realty, J. Miller, and Home Life. And so again, congratulations on finishing first in market share for new market for 2020. Let's take a look at Aurora. Sold versus asked, even at almost 100%, at 99.89%, we finished third in sold versus asked. All very strong numbers, as you can see on that chart. Next slide, please, Gary. Also in Aurora, days on market, so close, we were second, averaging 22.7 days on market out of our major competitors based in Aurora. Again, if we stick to the formula of 14 days, we would be number one in Aurora as well. Market share, we significantly increased our market share for year end in Aurora. So it's a very healthy number, 19.12% of the market in Aurora. So again, we're basically at 1 out of every 5 homes sold in Aurora is sold by us. In terms of a local perspective, I fully expect that all we really need there is just more agents. And as you'll see, our office in Aurora is the most productive on a per agent basis and has been for a long time. So you can see there we are, number 1 in Aurora for productivity per agent in Aurora. So again, all we need is more agents, get them in our system, our training, our tools, and we just continue to grow and outperform our competitors. So that's wonderful. Next one is sold versus asked in Georgina, and we are first in Georgina at 99.56%. So that's a wonderful result for us in all of Georgina. We are first in sold versus asked. And again, this is the stuff, Gary, that they can be using in their marketing materials, meeting with buyers, wherever it's most applicable, but definitely on listing presentations. This is a wonderful thing to share. Days on market, we are second in Georgina at 26.1 days on market on average for all of 2020 to sell a home there. Same formula, cancel relist every 14 days, no issues. In terms of market share by units, we actually, this is very interesting. We broke it down and we actually finished second at 9.42% of all of the sales in the Georgina area. And this breaks down all of the other companies, smaller brokerages, sub-brokerages, everybody there. There's a big portion that are all others, but these are the locally based offices, and it shows where we finished in relation to them. So well done. East Gwillimbury did the exact same thing. We broke down all of the brokerages that are locally based, whether they're smaller or sub-brokerages, and you can see we actually finished in third. Whether you refer second or third in East Gwillimbury, they're all they're 5 point some odd percent for those three, all the way down to the lowest one there at just under 1%.
Very good.
Those are the stats.
I love it, Marvin. Yeah. And again, to remind everybody, that wasn't for December. That was for the entire year. Right. And that's a good snapshot of where we're sitting. And obviously, you know, we have a lot to be proud of. And the way I look at that, there's a lot of opportunity there as well, Marv, to take more market share and to do some pretty awesome things for our clients for sure.
For sure. And it certainly supports why we did $1 billion in volume. Like if you're number one in so many categories locally, it will explain exactly how we did it. So let's go out there and do even more this year, right? We have everything in place to do that. So let's continue. It's wonderful. So thank you.
Very good. Very good, everybody. Thanks, Marv, for doing that. Good. So we're almost at the time for our script off, and our new calendar for February is out and on our website, and you can view what's going on there. We're highlighting a few things. And of course, we've got Family Reunion, which we talked about, and KWRC TV, which is a little project that Jen and I have been working with, and we are having a tremendous amount of time interacting with people just like you on that call. It's about a 40 to 45 minute call every Tuesday. It's live on Facebook, and we are talking about, you know, things that are happening in the market, you know, what to do about staging in a hot market, what to do about, you know, when do I list and when don't I list? All of those conversations we're having live, and it's a lot of fun. So tune into that if you can. So what is happening? Well, excuse me. Family Reunion is the big one in the month of February. And I want everybody to kind of take note of the team meeting for next month. We may have a surprise element around that. So stay tuned for that. And there's a lot of great things that is definitely going to happen within Family Reunion. Please look at that. And people have already put in the chat box way at the beginning of our meeting here to say how important it is for you to be there. And for those of you that are going, which should be everybody here on this call, we're going to host kind of a Family Reunion pre-party on the 12th. So that's in the afternoon. I'll be hosting that, and just some of the things and how to navigate the website and just kind of getting your feet wet there. So look out for that. Very good. Here we are, script off. So we did this at the last team meeting. We had a lot of fun, and we were so thrilled with the outcome. And of course, Stevie Susie was our grand champ of that script off. And I can tell you the buzz after that in the different WhatsApp groups and some of the different coaching programs that Jen runs, it was tremendous and a lot of excitement. And we host these because we want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Emulate success, right? And practice makes perfect. And the whole idea of a script is you memorize it, internalize it, personalize it type thing, right? And you don't have to know a script off by heart, but you do have to know the context of it and why you're using it. And objection handlers, you get them every day, whether you have a 3-year-old at home or you're ordering food off a menu. If you don't realize it, you already have scripts, and because you personalize them into your own words. And it's important that we practice them in this environment too. And I know Wayne and many others, they have script partners that they practice with. So you say to yourself, man, that person is so great at scripts. Well, it's because they practice. And here's a great way to practice and have fun with it. So that's why we do it. And that's why we mirror it, and that's why it's a big part of Bold and Ignite and so forth. So again, this is what we're doing. So this time around, we're going to do 4 contestants. We'll have 2 contestants share their favorite script for an objection that I am going to provide. You, our audience, we'll vote on it via a poll on which one you like best, and the winner obviously moves on till we have our champion. So pretty easy like that. So who are our contestants this month? Well, Susan Pierce has stepped up to the plate, and we are so thrilled to have Susan. She's always smiling, love it, and always full of energy, and I know she's going to bring it today. So we're excited to have Susan. Next is Michael Tuff. So you've seen his videos, and they are, I love it. I think he should go on TikTok with these videos. Let's see if he can do it here with the script off. Marvelous Marvin Young. He brings it every time. And I can hear Marvin laughing in the background. Marvin Young, he's ready. He's primed. He's already ready to go. And backed by popular demand, Vincent Bongard. Everybody loved what he brought the first time around. So we thought, well, better bring him back and see what he can present to us for this script off. And again, this is all in good fun, people. This is all in good fun. So my friends, this is how it's going to work. Susan and Michael, I'll provide you with the same objection. And of course, Marvin and Vincent, it'll be a different one, but the same for the 2 of you. And we'll continue, we'll get to vote on which one we like best and take it from there. So I'm actually going to unshare my screen here if I can. I just got to move some things around. And excuse me. Now I lost the whole thing. Here's all the smiling faces. So Susan, are you on the screen with us?
I think so.
I think so. Melissa has tremendous amount of confidence in you. So yes, the answer is yes, you're here.
No pressure at all. Not for the women either, right? The only chick here. Oh boy.
It's all good. It's all good. Michael Tuff, are you with us?
I think so.
I think so. Okay. See, he's hesitant too, Susan. I think you got him. All right.
Susan, I bow down.
So
we give up already.
Yeah, you guys are buttering me up.
You won.
There's Marvin and Vincent. We're with you. You got us here.
All good. Yeah.
All good. Well, again, thank you for stepping up and being leaders and putting yourself out there. It's not easy to do it in a group like this. So we obviously offer tremendous thanks for that. So Michael and Susan, you're up first. And Susan, you get to choose whether or not you want to go first.
As far as handling the objection.
Handling the objection, I'm sorry, yes.
I'll just let the seasoned pro of Michael Tuff, he can go first.
He can go first. All right, Michael. And you'll get the same objection. Don't worry.
Seasoned. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a nice way of saying really getting old.
I think she called you old, but I'm not reading between the lines.
Yeah.
Very good. So the objection for the 2 of you, and oh my gosh, hang on. I forgot to get my timer. You will have 1 minute to provide your objection.
Using the power, the laws of attraction right now.
I love it. Good. So you'll have 1 minute from the moment that I finish the objection. And here we go. You ready, Michael? Thumbs up. You good?
As long as it's not the one about I want to hire my friend, we're good.
Why, you don't like my friends? Okay, very good. So the objection that I have, Michael, so I'm the seller and Michael is the listing agent. Michael, my objection is, Michael, we still need to interview one more agent before our final decision.
Awesome. Gary, what specifically is it about one more agent that you feel you need to hear?
I just want to make sure we're making the right decision going forward.
Okay. Well, generally when somebody says that they want to interview one more realtor or maybe a couple more realtors, it's because perhaps we didn't address something specifically that you're looking for from us. Is there anything that we didn't address for you?
No, you covered everything amazingly.
Awesome. Is it the price that you're possibly considering? Is it what you're after that we're not delivering for you?
No, I'm happy there.
Okay. All right. So what specifically is it that I can help you with today, Gary?
Again, I was just wanted to interview one more person.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Gary, why don't we sign the paperwork today while I'm here? I can start to get our team working on getting your house ready. And then when you meet that agent, if for whatever reason you've decided to move forward with them, I'll rip up the document or I'll deliver it back to your house. At least that way, when you've finally met that other realtor, we've got the paperwork and we're ready to get you on the market right away.
Perfect. Time's up. Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, Susan. You ready? I'll provide the same objection for you as well.
Okay.
Okay. Susan, I think we still need to interview one more agent before our final decision.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me know that. I can appreciate that, Gary. Yet, can I ask you why you feel the need to interview one more agent after what I presented this evening?
Yeah, I just feel like I want to make sure I'm covering all my bases, making sure I get all the info I need.
Okay, was I lacking in an area of information for you? Like we covered the market, what the market is doing right now, price. Is there anything in particular?
No, you did a great job tonight.
Well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that very much. You know, you probably, have you set an appointment with this agent?
Actually, I haven't.
Okay, you know what we could do, I could have you sign the contract now, and I would be happy to take care of anything to do with uncomfortable, you know, talking to that other agent for you and explaining that, you know, you've already signed the contract and we could tear it up if you're not sure. Oh, okay. Boy.
Time's up. No, that's good. That's good. Well done. Well done.
Oh, I love, you just pulled, that's Colin's line. I'll just call him and tell him you really wanted to hire him, but you chose to hire me.
Yeah.
That's what was supposed to come out of my mouth. It kind of didn't, but.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Michael. So I'm going to post a question on here. Now, last time I did this, for whatever reason, I couldn't see the results. So give it a moment and then and who do we got here? Marvin, you're still with us. Yes. Let me know what happens if I don't see the results here. You should see the question now.
It popped up and then I lost it. Try it again.
You don't see it? It's asking me to end the poll. Winner of match one, contestant one.
Whoever got that first vote in there, that's going to be the winner, I think is what
yeah. So far, it looks amazing. It's tied 0-0. So it's going down to the wire. Let me try this again. Contestant one will be Michael. Contestant two will be Susan.
Okay. Yes, it's working.
Okay, good. I won't touch a thing. Doesn't look like it's receiving votes. Am I wrong?
I don't see anything after you vote. It seems to allow the votes.
I'm not seeing the percentage of voting.
It's a tie.
Dead heat, just even right across. I like it. Yeah, that's the situation. Yeah.
Share results. It should say.
Oh, it's working. No, it's
not
working.
A surprise. Congratulations.
So I'm sorry, I don't see, did it provide?
All right, I'll tell you what it says. It has
Michael kicked my butt.
Michael's the winner of match one. It shows the result to us. So Michael's the winner of this match.
Very good.
I defer to Susan.
No thanks. Congratulations. Move forward.
Very good. I'm sorry, I can't see it. So I'm going to look for you to help me out here. Thanks so much, Susan. Amazing job. Michael, amazing job. It's again, it's all for fun, and it's practice makes perfect, and well done, Susan. Cause you know what, Susan and Michael and others, there were many people that were too afraid to do what you guys just did. So congrats on having the guts to do it and so forth.
Question?
Yes.
We're recording these, right?
Yeah.
So can we transcribe from the last meeting and this meeting and post them to our website, the various objection handlers, that the whole office has access to them?
We could look into that. That's a neat thing. Yeah. Michelle King saying yes. Very good. Okay. Moving right along, bringing back some energy in here because I'm going to make this work this time. Marvin Young, unmute your microphone. All right. So Vincent, I can hear you. Vincent, you're like an old pro at this. So we're going to give the option to Marvin, whether he wants to go first or second.
I'll go second. I'll let the pro go first.
You want Vince to go first? Okay.
Vince.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Vincent, my objection as a seller is to you. It's a hot market. We want to try selling it ourselves.
Great, Gary. I can appreciate that, and I know this makes sense at first glance. However, have you ever had a surgery, Gary?
Yeah, I've had surgery.
Yeah. Who did you choose to cut you open?
Okay. my doctor.
Gary, I'm a bit dramatic here. I get that, but in some way, this is surgery. This is financial surgery. This is your largest asset. Do you really want to do this yourself, or do you want to hire someone who's done this hundreds of times, who can guarantee you it's going to go smooth and well? Yeah, ultimately, you'll pay for that service, but I think at the end of the day, you'll be netting more money, and I promise you that surgery will get you out there and with a smiling face.
Perfect. Time's up. So we went with surgery. I like it. Well done, Vincent. Well done. Well done. Over to you, Marvin Young. Marvelous Marvin.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Same objection. As a seller, I am. It's a hot market. We want to try selling it ourselves, Marvin.
That's great. That's great, Gary. And how's it going there? How's the sales been?
Well, it's not sold.
All right. Well, because stats show that only 7% of sellers actually sell their house, and 93% of the market through agents actually sell. So you're missing actually 93% of the market. So, and I work with buyers every day, and I'm calling my buyer list daily. And I wanted to get in there and take a look at your house. Is that possible today at 4?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Great. Great. And how much time do you have to sell your house? How much time do you have?
Well, I'd like to get it sold as quick as possible.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring some paperwork along as well, and we can sign up your listing as well, because I wouldn't want you at a weak moment to sign up a weak agent and get your house sold for too much less. So let's work with a professional negotiator like myself so we can get top dollar for your highest financial asset.
Perfect. Time's up. Well done. Well done, my friends. Well done. Good stuff. Okay, so contestant 1 is going to be Vincent. We'll try launching this again. Match 2. Here we go. And launch poll. Let me know after you voted. I'll give it a moment or two. So we got the surgeon, and we got the professional negotiator. Very good.
I voted Vincent.
Okay, I'm sure everyone's had a chance to vote or cast their vote and poll.
I'll tell you what it says, Garrett. Let's take a look.
What do we got there, Marv? Share results. Here we go.
Oh my gosh!
I voted for Vincent. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh! There was 1 vote difference.
Are you kidding?
I voted Vincent.
No, and the winner is Marvin by 1 vote.
Very good.
Oh my God. 1 vote difference.
Down to the wire. I like it. I like it. I like the surgery one though, Vince. That
was awesome.
That was gold. Okay, so that brings us down to our contestants in the championship round. Michael Tuff, Marvin Young, fantastic. So Marvin, because it was such a tight race at the end there, you get to choose whether or not you want to go first.
I will let Michael go first.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Again, as a seller, so we're there. We're at,
I go first.
Yeah, good. We're in the house. You've got the paperwork you want me to sign now, and here's the objection. Michael, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's always ready. Born ready. The objection is this: we have a good friend in the business, and I don't know. I think we should go with them.
Oh, can I, Carrie, a question for you? Your friend, is your friend a local realtor?
No, they live downtown.
Okay, awesome. So they're very, very experienced in the downtown market, but they're not necessarily convinced with what's going on directly in your immediate neighborhood right now.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Okay. And have they been a realtor for long?
I think 4 or 5 years or something.
Okay, awesome. Well, Gary, the thing is, what you really want more than anything is a local realtor who is incredibly well networked in the local real estate community, because oftentimes we find that buyers are migrating immediately within the community. And so us as realtors that are local here, we work together on a very consistent basis often. And we know the market here at a very, very high level. I'd certainly be happy to reach out to your friend and explain the reason that you went with us is because you felt that you wanted the strongest realtor for the neighborhood. That is what you want, isn't it, Gary? The best and strongest for this area? It
is. Time. Perfect. Awesome. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well said. Good.
A friend.
I laughed when I saw that one. Marvin Young. The objection, again, as the seller, and you want me to sign the paperwork right now. Here we go. We have a good friend in the business. We should go with them.
Right. Is that your only objection right now at this point? You're a good friend in your business?
Yeah, I think so. Everything else I loved.
Right. And are you contractually obligated to your friend?
Not contractually, no, not on paper or anything.
Yeah, you see, because most agents out there only do the 3 Ps in real estate. They put up a sign in the yard, they put it on MLS, and then they pray for it to sell. Whereas I do the 5 Ps. I actually also do price watching, okay? And also we proactively find buyers for you. So are you ready to find a buyer today?
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Well, then let's proceed and sign the contract and get you going onto where you need to go.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Perfect. What time to spare? Still at 10 seconds. Awesome stuff. Love it. Classic bold script. I like where this came from. That's both of them actually. That's great.
Bold script.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bold.
Here we go. Poll champion. Here we go. Contestant 1 is Michael Tuff. Contestant 2 is obviously Marvelous Marvin Young. Launch poll. This is really good. I always learn something when we do these. So thank you again. Thank you to our contestants for doing this. It's great stuff. Gail Hurst, this is fun. Gail, you know what happens when they say that? You could be our next contestant.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Right? Okay.
Oh, yes.
No. End poll and share results here, Marv.
The winner is Michael Tuff, contestant number 1. Congratulations.
Thanthis guys. Good work,
Congratulations.
Marv.
Very good.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Vincent.
Very good. Thank you again. And thank you for sticking your neck out there. I know it's not easy to do in front of how many 65 people at the moment. And it's good though, right? Iron sharpens iron. That's exactly what we're doing here. Practice your scripts and there you have it. So that's going to wrap up our meeting. And thank you so much for a great meeting and everyone showing up today for January. Lots of awesome stuff. Look for those posts that are coming out. Look for those curated videos that'll be coming out as well. Use those. And family reunion is just around the corner. Can't wait for that. All the best to everybody, and stay safe out there. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.